Hello everyone, we're having a bit of a break from ranked ladder. We got all the way up to 1650. It's the highest we've ever been. Couldn't quite beat it. We got a very unlucky game, but I guess
I'm sorry, Jaina.
if you've got equal skill up or at this level, I'm probably equal skill with the people who are playing at the moment. Although I must say, maybe they're better because I am playing quite a brainless deck. If it does let you.
Midsummer Fire Festival.
Light the bonfires!
I cannot wait.
I think next turn we play this into this. Or maybe, it'd be nice to buff them up, wouldn't it? Alright, that's perfect. We need to hammer him down as fast as we can. Because if he hits the dragons, then basically that's the end of the game. Even Lightforged Carriel is useless against it. Because the dragons do 4 single pings each time we cast a spell. It's a horrible deck. In my opinion, it ruins the whole of Twist. But I guess Blizzard doesn't care about that, does it? Whatever. Okay, hero power is a bit more reasonable. Okay, so we've got a holy spell now, so we can play this. Oh, of course we've got to bring up the deck tracker before you get upset with me, as usual. Nice to see an actual good deck, which is not a scam deck. Deck tracker should be coming up soon. Okay, I think I probably have to reload it. Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. Yes, this is my Libram Paladin deck. I made it myself. Yeah, it's obviously based on the old Libram Paladin, so can't pretend that it's all my idea. Right, so I'd like to coin out turn 7 Carriel. So I need something to do with this turn, and okay, so I guess we go like this, and we'll just do this. Do we need to worry about anything here? Because if this is the... Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. I just want him to trade into me. Force him to take the trades. Oh my goodness, what a horrible situation this is. I don't have to do very much because I got to carry on next turn to wipe the board, so no point in me trading. Be nice if I can get this off before okay, alright, let's put the pressure on the board first then. I don't mind having that damage to my face, because that means he's just going to eat 8 if he just wastes his turn on her. I can't remember what it's called. The one which does 10 AoE damage if you've done 10 damage with a hero power.
The wails of these cowards chill me.
Okay, still no frost spells being drawn. It's a bit worrying because if he has that dragon, I'm kind of in trouble. Well, that's pretty good. The carrier can just take this out now.
Our hardships only strengthen our resilience.
Let's see. We can't. He's definitely got a spell.
Remember the fallen.
He's definitely got a spell. And remember, I could always buff this up with Vindicator. So I've got lethal potentially here. I just need 2 extra damage. I've got 1 with here. Vindicator will definitely give me another 1 or 2 damage. But I had to get rid of the potential armor gain. If he plays like a 9 mana spell or something, it goes up to 21. That's really hard to do anything with. Nice thing is I've got class action lawsuit here. Lawyer rather. So if he does get double dragons, there is a small chance I can get away with. Alright. Oh, we got Liadrin. Put it on that one.
Remember the fallen.
And we've got another 2, and no, it's guaranteed another 2 from this. I've got 4 from here, 4 from Liadrin.
You need to chill out.
Do I want to use this on anything here?
You can't stop this snowstorm.
Alright.
True strength comes from within.
Let's just keep hammering him. That's all I can do really. Let's put the buff on this one. Carriel here. What's he got? He's got 4, 5, 6. Let's put it on the non-taunt minion, I guess. So 4 turns, I theoretically get lethal if you can't do anything about the board. There's freezing the one which he probably wants to actually kill, which is interesting. Do we just heal this up? Maybe we heal this one up. Let's buff up something in our hands here.
Remember the fallen. For the shattered sun.
It's about 32 damage on board here. Even Mage finds it hard to deal with this. We've got some lullaby again. He's down to 3 cards, which is excellent. Basically, I'm forcing him to do all the trades here. Okay. Got another one, which is nice. Let's draw first.
Really? It's not too heavy.
Oh, I think we play this straight away.
Remember
So
this
next
day,
turn we've
for you
got
are graced with my presence.
For the shattered
get rid of the armor gain. Everything else. Ooh. Could I survive the dragons here? Got so much health. 8, 9 plus 11 is 20. Nah. I'm gonna take a few spells to get through 20 health. 8 damage for each spell. Okay, so we'll have a look at this deck quickly after the game. It's really quite a grind to climb with this. I'm only getting 1 star per win here. I guess it's based on the MMR from wild players, which is a bit of a shame. They don't play much wild. I've been using wild this month to test out my standard decks because I don't want to test them out in the standard ladder. Because I don't want to lose any places I've got because
I'm sorry, Jaina.
high legend, you got to get every win you can. Okay, it's a decent start. This is really for late game value. Right, this is going to be another annoying mage, unlike the last one, which was more of a fair mage. So we've got the holy spell for the shimmering sunfish here. Right, so those who don't know, we're playing Librams. Actually, do I have a video on Libram Paladin? No, I don't. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't uploaded one yet. Okay, so let's do this. This looks like a Naga mage, which could be annoying, could be scary. I just feel it's not that strong against another OP deck.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Reality.
Definitely get rid of that because we want to make our damage count. We'll play this. Even though we're playing to win by just force of the massive board, but I'm a bit too scared of the mage having their double dragon combo, where they have the only dragon they can summon is the one which does 4 damage every time you cast a spell. Oh dear. Not the best draws, but okay, next turn we've got this, then we've got Libram of Hope, then another Libram of Hope potentially. And if we make it even cheaper, then later on we can get it back with Lady Liadrin. Add a copy of each spell you cast on friendly characters this game to your hand, which includes my face as well. Everything goes face here. 2 mage secrets, really annoying. I'd rather not lose this. So which one is it? Objection or counter spell? Definitely going to be one of the two. Let's test Vengeful Visage anyway. Could be a waste of Salai as well. Okay, that's a good one to actually test out a secret on. Okay, and let's test out. Okay, yeah, so it's one of the annoying ones. Lance Bannerman, I guess.
Really? It's not too heavy.
Okay, so it's counter spell.
Really? It's not too heavy.
We're still pummeling him down here. Rigged fair game's unlikely. You wouldn't have taken it on with this board unless it was. Oh no, it was random. It was random spells. Right. Okay. Probably counter spell and objection. Also, were these both the generated secrets? Could be then. Right, so we're going to go face with one of our lowest cost minions first just to test out Vengeful Visage. Ah! Is there Flame Wave? Why did he want to get me down to 3 health there? 1 minute. Is this deck tracker accurate for this? I think it will take me some of that. Oh yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Alright, here we go.
The battle.
Good, they're still alive. don't think this draws me very much, does it?
My client has the heart of a Kyrian.
Yeah, objection.
No, I've got this. No,
So we're playing around an anti-spell secret. Could be counter-spell. It could just be another wind portal. But I don't have a cheap spell to waste to test it out. This looks like a defile or something like that. Okay. Do I just waste a Libram of Hope? I guess I have to. I know it's not anti-minions. Okay, let's put the big 5/5 up, I guess. Would be nice to get a cheap spell to test out. That's a lot of damage. 10 damage, wow. Okay. 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 So I can reduce the cost of both of these, so I can use one of them. Ooh! Cariel.
Our hardships only strengthen our resilience. Remember the fallen.
Job's done.
Okay, he needs a, what's it called? He needs armor, or he needs... What's the other thing? Solid alibi. Doesn't have either. There's a straightforward bonk on his face with 2 damage here. Ouch.
It's a miracle.
He's one off lethal. My goodness.
It's a miracle.
Let's reduce the cost of this and heal up.
To throw the book at you.
What? It was Netherwind Portal. After all that? Well, there you go. Definitely bamboozled me there. Yeah, I guess if you pick up random secrets, you can't choose what your random secrets are, can you? Oh, I've already got 2 likes on my most recent video, that's nice. And you uploaded it about half an hour ago. Okay, how... Well, that was the recording, just playing it there. Okay, let's have a look at it. Let's just look at the deck. Yeah. Okay, so the basic idea of the deck is... Where is it? You're playing, basically, it's a pure paladin, so therefore you've got things like the Countess which work. Besides that, you've got nice early useful cards like Aldor Attendant, which reduces the cost of your Librams. For those who are not familiar with Libram Paladin, just watch my many games. I got Legend with Libram Paladin back in the day, about 3 years ago, I think. Libram Wisdom gives 1/1 and Death Rattle. Add a Libram Wisdom spell to your hand. So basically, you put this on the minion, it dies, you could put it on a different minion. It goes on forever until it's silenced or someone steals your minion or something like that. There are other Librams, there are many other Librams in the game, but we picked these ones specifically as the most useful. This one's very good for more of a defensive Libram Paladin. Everything goes or your enemies go to 1 health. So, and if you use an AoE, you can just wipe their board out for very, very cheap, because remember the Librams get reduced. And you've also got Libram of Judgment, which can go down to 4 mana on average. You corrupt it by playing 5 mana card, then it gets lifesteal, which is really, really powerful. But still, we don't feel we need it. We'd rather have a stronger, more reliable early game. So we're playing things like Elder Attendant, Righteous Protector, Sanguine Soldier. We've got a couple of them, not too many. It was a bit of a juggle to get the right number of each card, but we thought we need at least 2, decent starters in our deck. Not sure whether 2 Sanguines or better 2 Righteous, so we took 1 of each. Class Action Loyal, very important card against certain matchups. This just neutralizes a huge minion, so it's a must keep in the deck. This is also a pure Paladin card, because you can't have any neutral cards in the deck. Right, so now let's have a look at exactly how Librams work. So we've got Elder Attendant, reduces the Librams cost by 1, so you can reduce them by 2 if you play both of these in the game. Then you've got Elder Truth Seeker, which reduces the Librams by 2, so that reduces them by 4. So in total you can reduce your Librams by 6. Your Librams in this game, in my build, are Libram of Wisdom and Libram of Hope. The Libram of Wisdom, just with 2 Attendants or 1 Truth Seeker, it's a 0 cost buff. And this can go down to 3 mana if you get all 4 Libram reduction cards played, which can be very important for certain combos later on in the game, as we'll see in a minute. You can restore health to a minion or to your face, and it summons an 8/8 Guardian with Taunt and Divine Shield, which is an amazing swing turn, especially if this is costing like 6 mana or something like that, which it often can. Then we've got the card Lady Liadrin, which adds a copy of each spell you cast on friendly characters this game to your hand, which means if you used Libram of Hope even on your face or on a minion, you get a copy of that. Libram of Wisdom, this is why you should, if you want to get lots of Libram of Wisdoms back with Liadrin, if you're trading a 1/1 into another 1/1, into like a 3/1 or something, still put a Libram of Wisdom on it. So it's a 2/2 into 3/1, even though it's going to die either way. But the fact is you've played an extra Libram of Wisdom, and you'll get an extra Libram of Wisdom back when you play Lady Liadrin. Now, the issue with playing too many Libram of Wisdoms is sometimes you don't want just Libram of Wisdoms. You might want to get a few Libram of Hopes or Hand of Adults. It's also a very useful card because you get card draw out of it as well. So you've got to be a bit careful when you're trying to fill up the Lady Liadrin tank. Bear in mind that you'll very often be stuck with a whole load of Libram of Wisdoms. Where have they gone? Yeah. And the problem with that is that if they keep killing your minions, you'll just end up burning cards because your hand will be full of Libram of Wisdoms. Let's say you play like a Silverhand Recruit, put everything on there. If they just kill the 7/7 or 8/8 Silverhand Recruit, then they all go back to your hand, and your hand's full again. And you'll just burn another card. And if you're looking for an important card, you're not going to get it. So be very careful with playing too many Libram of Wisdoms if you don't have a plan how to play Lady Liadrin without messing up your hand management. Okay, so that's the Librams, which is your main win condition. And then we've got all these little minions, Righteous Protector, Sanguine. We'll look at that in a minute. They got Murgo, just a very good, Divine Shield card for 2/1 with a bonus. It gives you a Murgo Prime. So later on in the game, if you're running short and you draw this, I can refill the whole board in one go. Alliance Bannerman, a really powerful card. especially with our relatively cheap minions. It buffs them all up, and it draws a card. So card draw is very important to this deck because, well, you want to draw your cards, don't you? Shimmering Sun, well, synergizes nicely with our 6 holy spells, which are the 4 Librams plus the Hand of Adal. And they got Stonehearth Vindicator. We've only got 6 spells, so we put one of these in the deck, and that will draw you either one of the Librams or the Hand of Adal. Either way, it's very powerful, and it thins out your deck because it's drawing more cards. Then Carriel Roam can be very useful if you've got a Libram of Hope in your hand. They could play even earlier than you otherwise would have. Again, self-explanatory, nothing too complicated about it. Aldo's Truth Seeker we explained. Now we've got a really important card here. If you get to play around it, Devout Pupil. Divine Shield Taunt costs 1 less for each spell you've cast on a friendly character this game, which includes your face. So let's say you heal yourself up with Libram of Hope. This goes down to 5 mana. If you play... let's say you reduce the cost of your Librams to 0, Libram of Wisdom, you play a 1 on a 1/1, trade it in, it dies, then put it on another cheap minion. So you've actually just played 2. This is the other reason why you play many Librams, as many as you can, even if the minion's about to die. If you attack with it, whether or not it's got the Libram on it, like my example of the 1/1 attacking to the 3/1, but even if you put the Libram of Wisdom on it, it's still going to die. It doesn't matter, because first of all, as we explained, Lady Leandrin will give you back an extra Libram of Wisdom, because you played an extra one. And also, it's making both of your Devout Pupils cost 1 less, which can be very important. Then you got the Purator. It draws a nice number of cards, not like 8 cards, which can be really hard to manage your hand size with. But it can draw the Light Rays, which are an elemental and beast, so it could theoretically draw both of them. It can draw the Starfish, which is a beast, and McGurgle, which is a Murloc. Okay, so moving down, so Lady Leandrin will explain. Right, the Countess is self-explanatory. You must have seen this for anyone who plays Hearthstone at the moment. 3 legendary cards. This is what makes the deck kind of interesting, to be honest, instead of just simply a strong deck. Is that this can give you some very exciting legendaries. So yeah, use your intelligence with that. Libram of Hope, light rays get cheaper every time you play a Paladin card. Since our whole deck of Paladin cards, this is going to get cheap very quickly. Then we've got Lightforged Carriel, do 2 damage to all enemies, and equip the weapon. So it's a triple good thing, triple whammy, I guess you'd call it. It does 2 damage AoE, which can clear a board and do damage to face. It can actually give you a bit of reach as well, because you don't have any cards in the deck which do damage directly to face. If you need to get past that little taunt which just got there in time, and it's got 2 health left, well, you've got your Carrier, which can just do damage directly to the opponent's face. Also, it gives you the weapon which makes you take half damage, right? Called a movable object. So therefore, if they do like a 10 damage pyroblast, you'll only take 5 damage. So it's a really, really powerful hero there. So yeah, I would say, I don't want to say you must keep it to play Libram Paladin, but I'm sure it makes your win rate much higher, having the protection of this plus the weapon, which does 2 each damage, 2 each turn, and you only take half damage, remember. Also the 2 AoE, and the 4th thing it does is you've got a ridiculously strong hero power. It gives a random minion in your hand 4/4. So if you weave that in each turn after you've played Carriel, then your minions, well, your little cheap minions suddenly become pretty big. Okay, finally, the last card we're going to look at is Katuri Lightblade. Now, not everyone might have this one. I only got it relatively recently. But after you cast a holy spell on this, cast again on another friendly minion. And of course that means our 0 cost Libram Wisdoms cast on this, cast on another minion. So let's say you've just played Liadrin. The next turn, or even the same turn actually, but preferably on a turn where you've got some minions on board which could go face. You play Katori Lightblade, you keep buffing up the Katori Lightblade with Hand of Adal and Libram Wisdom, and then that will buff up the rest of your board, and then you end up with twice as many Libram Wisdoms, even though I did say having too many of them can be a problem, but yeah, if you're just pushing the final push for lethal, then lots of Librams of Wisdom can be very powerful. Let's say you get 8 of them from Lady Liadrin, you got a 1/1 on board, suddenly that's a 9/9 for no mana, because the Librams usually cost 0 late game. And also, Libram of Hope. Now this is a very interesting one. I've had many situations where my health was quite low, and I had Katori Lightblade, and I had a cheap Libram of Hope. So what I did is, instead of healing my face, I actually played Katori Lightblade, and then I cast the Libram of Hope on Katori Lightblade, which obviously doesn't do anything because it's full health anyway when I play it. But it does have the other effect of summoning the 8/8 Divine Shield Taunt. And once you do that on Katori Lightblade, it will do it randomly either... Where will it do it? It'll do it on the Libram of Hope, which is just generated. The Katori Lightblade will cause the Libram of Hope to cast on the new 8/8 Guardian, which was produced by the original Libram of Hope. And if your Libram of Hope costs 3, like I mentioned earlier, then you can cast 2 of these onto the Katori Lightblade, giving you 4 8/8 Divine Shield Taunts for basically 8 mana. There you go. So that's the deck. So it's basically a heavily board-based deck. Classic sort of Paladin sort of theme to it. Play minions, buff them up, cheap mana, and yeah, a few different ways of cheating out. Many different ways of cheating out mana. Light Ray, Libram of Hope, the Libram of Wisdoms. You've got the Devout Pupil. You've got Cariel Rome, Stoneheart Vindicator. There's so many ways to cheat mana in this deck and to get just big stats out very early. And the idea is that once you do that, then you should just overwhelm them with your stats and win. And at the moment, let's check our win rate with this deck. Let's just pull it up. Deck tracker. Here we go. Right, so that's Drum Druid. We're doing pretty well with Drum Druid still. Not sure why it's not showing the Paladin deck. Here we go. 78% win rate. Wow. And look at that. That just shows how messed up this meta is. 40%. 40% of all games I've faced have been against a mage. Absolutely pathetic. And it's this really annoying mage where they summon the dragons. See, look, I think we lost to a mage. Lost to a mage. I'm not sure what that means. Strange. Okay, lost to a mage. Lost to 2 mages. Basically, we're only losing to mages, it looks like. Lost to Paladin and Shaman. Druid and Rogue, like, over a week ago. But, yeah, so basically, Mage is the only deck which seems to be able to take this deck down because it just cheats. It just plays... it reduces the cost of mana of its highest cost spell. Then it plays that highest cost spell, which is summon 2 random dragons, which are absolutely not random at all. They are, in fact, let's just show you what I'm talking about here. They are these dragons. To Mage. Here we go. Where are they? Here we go. They summon 2 of Hala Matron Protectorates, which are 4/12s, which are almost impossible to kill. My deck can kill them if you've got minions on board, or you've got the weapon equipped from Cariel, and then you've got a class action lawyer to reduce the cost, but you can only kill one of the 2. The problem is they very often manage to reduce the cost of this, play this out very cheap, and then they've got very cheap spells in their hand and deck through other spells which reduce cost of spells, so they just play 3 or 4 spells, and these 2 dragons which are now on the board do 8 damage split around amongst all enemies for every spell, and if you do 4 spells, that's 32 damage, which there isn't any class which can bear that type of damage. Maybe a massive Relic Demon Hunter deck board, but even that will get wrecked with enough spells. Yeah, so unfortunately that's really messing up the meta, but otherwise, yeah, Libram Paladin is the way to go, I think, in my humble opinion. And as you know, my opinion's always humble, mind humble. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy that. If you play Twist, please leave a comment, tell me what you think of the deck. I'm sure there must be some other Libram Paladins out there. It seems like a pretty obvious possibility, a deck archetype which can play in this month's version of Twist. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to I think, where are we at the moment? Are we Diamond, or I think we're still in Diamond, which is really obnoxious. No, I mean, sorry, we're still in Gold. I mean, yeah, maybe we'll just go for Platinum or something and leave it there, because it just takes too long. Because it's not a fast deck. It's a mid-range deck, so it's not too long, but it's not fast either. So it takes too long to win the games to be able to grind all the way up to Legend or anything like that. So yeah. Anyway, so thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that deck, and tell me if you're enjoying Twist. I think it's a lot of fun if they would pay a bit more attention to the outliers, like Mage. 40%. 40%. I was talking about almost 50 games. 40%'s been against Mage. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.